Okay, I find this interesting, so I want to share it because I've had this last year or so, I joined a group, right, for raising my vibration, whatever, blah, 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 before I started, really digging deep into the connection to myself and the spirit and all creator, all that. I'm finding it really interesting because I ended up connecting to this group of people before I really got to know them. And I'm not judging. I mean, it was all part of my journey. It was all part of the process. And it was actually a great experience. I have no complaints. But I ended up with these people energetically trying to manipulate me, which I didn't even know was a thing. But it makes a lot of sense now that I'm becoming more aware of my body, my body's reactions, my emotions, how my emotions, are basically energy that I can use to manifest or achieve things, right? It's interesting for me now that I'm really kind of delving deep into all of these different patterns and acknowledging the process. Now I can sense when people's wishes for me or desires to manipulate my path, even if they're not in my physical presence, I can feel it energetically when other people are putting me into their thoughts and trying to, direct or manipulate. In some cases, there is some people who are manipulating my FYPs and stuff with weird shit. And that's okay too, because I can feel the difference. But it's really interesting because now that I can feel energetically what other people's wishes for me are doing to me, I can use that for my own good. It's actually quite fascinating. But it also brings up a concern I have now that I'm aware that people can do this, because it took me a lot, and I'm not going to lie, it took me a lot of practice, a lot of meditating, a lot of mindfulness, a lot of playing with my emotions and seeing how I react and self-evaluation. It took a lot for me to figure this much out, which means that I started learning self-love in 2012. So if it's taken me this long to get here, that means that there's a lot of people out there who are going through these groups to learn, to grow, and to heal, and are probably being influenced and don't even know it. Which brings another point. Awareness. We can't control what people do, ever. And we can't control how people choose to conduct themselves, ever. And a lot of these people in these manifestation or high vibe things or groups or whatever, their intentions actually genuinely are good. And they're coming from a place of love and they think they're helping you. But they're in the system. They have not integrated all their pieces and learned to love all of themselves as a whole. And they haven't learned how to program their ego. They're still fighting their ego like it's something evil. If you continue to fight your ego, you're going to continue to struggle, because your ego is a sneaky fucker. It's going to come in there in ways you don't expect it to, and it's going to make you think you're winning when you're not. So if you do see or feel these energies pulling at people or on you, the only thing I really suggest is create awareness. Create awareness that when people are manifesting for themselves and they're trying to manifest something for themselves specific that includes you, it can pull on your energy. You can use it to your advantage once you become aware of it. When you're not aware of it, your best mode of defense is to remain focused on yourself and your own personal growth. If you focus on wanting to find peace and love and becoming whole, it'll all just become, minor things, these little pulls, these little distractions from other people. But as a community, as a whole, the best way to counter people's selfish behaviors, trying to manifest you in a selfish way, is awareness. And practicing learning how to be aware of yourself so you can recognize when outside energies are tugging at you. It's a good thing to do, because then you can just ignore them or use it to your advantage. It's not like I need protection sort of thing. It's a belief system. If you believe you need protection, you do. Personally, that's way too much stress for me. So I'm kind of letting it all flow. There was actually a really cool thing. I forget who I was watching, but I've been studying Taoism, what do you want to call it? Because I didn't realize this, but when I first started delving into connecting to myself and meditating and mindfulness, a lot of my self-discoveries are right in line with what you would learn if you were to read the original writings from the Taoist creator. Well, what people assume is the Taoist creator. I'm assuming there's probably lots of people who've gone down that road and didn't even realize that's what they were doing. They just never wrote it down. Because it does seem to be kind of the natural flow when you do finally connect to self and spirit and creator. When you want to find peace, when you want to find love more than anything else in this world, you'll stop chasing all the crazy distractions. But once you reach a certain level where you have become self-aware enough, it's now not our responsibility, but it's now something that we are aware enough that we can share with others to let them know when they are being manipulated. Because everyone deserves the chance to connect to self and find what love really feels like. It's just they haven't learned that it's not about finding it. It's about letting go of all the beliefs that are blocking it. So, anyways, have a great day. And I hope this finds you smiling. See you later. Goodbye.